Hey folks, this is Ben Yessel. If you actually want something really quick here before I get into what I'm going to review. Apparently, the federal government in the United States, at least if you're in the United States, the federal government has officially given us 3 more months to file our taxes. This is not like you can get like usual, like a 6 month extension if you need more time, with some penalties. Maybe we'll see, like nothing too much, but this is a no penalty thing. This is 3 months. Here you go. No worries at all. This is actually because of the, of course, coronavirus issue and lost income from that, and just it messing with everybody's lives. So the federal government is doing the right thing, definitely, in my opinion. This is really good news, I think, for everybody, especially small businesses. But it's across the board. It's good news for everyone. So I wanted to mention that at least, and I'd encourage you to check that out. And this is again in the United States. I don't know other countries. I'm not sure what's going to happen with other countries, but by all means, check this out for yourself. Okay, so this is going to be a kind of a more a Jack Nicholson review in general, focusing on one movie in particular, but touching on some other things that are similar to that. So Jack Nicholson, when he was, he did a lot of, different movies when he was younger, before he did the big stuff. And one of the movies he did that was a B budget, I guess it's said to be his last B budget movie, is called Hell's Angels on Wheels. I just saw it on Tubi. Tubi is the free app that you can watch stuff that's not on Netflix or not on a lot of other stuff. So that's what they say at least. So some things you can't find on Netflix, I suppose, but that they have. But to be honest, this movie is even more than Easy Rider. And Five Easy Pieces is a little different. Five Easy Pieces is the one where it has a diner scene and some these very iconic scenes with Jack Nicholas. Sorry, Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholas is a golfer. Sorry. So Five Easy Pieces has the iconic scenes, um, and sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Easy Rider is the one with oh gosh, what's his name? uh, yeah, gosh, my memory's not serving me right now. It's Henry Fonda's son, with Jack Nicholas playing a Southern guy who's getting out of jail, and then so the main two guys are, I think it's Peter Fonda, I think Peter Fonda and the guy in Waterworld. What's his name? Um, anyway, I know who I'm thinking of. Um, uh, anyway, come back to me in a bit. So, but House Angels on Wheels is a similar movie. Again, there's a scene that is probably good idea to kind of fast forward a little bit. It's a little bit, we'll say, risque. It's a little bit weird. It's not just whatever. Other than this one scene, kind of it's kind of like, how can I put this? It's very 60s. It's very, very 60s. That's the best way of putting it. But late 60s, not early 60s, late 60s, definitely. Um, um, this other guy with Peter Fonda, I'm trying to remember it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Is the other guy's name? Anyway, this other guy is really good friends with Jack Nicholson. They're all Peter Fonda. This other guy, Jack Nicholson, are all really good friends. Um, and so this movie is similar to these other two movies, but the main thing I think it's a little different is, well, I think it has something to do with the nature of the romantic interest that Jack Nicholson's character poet has. Um, the whole vibe is very rough. I mean, but it's funny because I mean I've never met Hell's Angels in real life, but how they've been described, I wouldn't ever want to meet any Hell's Angels in real life. I'm sure they're not going to just beat me up just for the heck of it, but but those guys are scary. They're legitimately scary. So, I mean, I would say, from what I've heard of the Hell's Angels, yes, I have a healthy fear of them. I suppose because I'm more afraid of Hell's Angels than I am Crypt Your Bloods, even though I certainly have some degree of uh, oh boy, these are real gangsters. But I've known so many wannabe gangsters, or I've seen so many wannabe gangsters in Tacoma and Everett and things in my life that I don't take them seriously. But yeah, Hell's Angels are for real. I take them very, very seriously, very, very seriously. And but it's just that because of how rough they are and a lot of their biker gangs, you always wonder how much Hollywood. You wonder how are these guys really like Hell's Angels? The way they're acting and everything. I had to say to myself, they're not too far away from probably a lot of, but it just depends on the person. But yeah, definitely pretty rough, and yeah. The takeaway though I had the main reason I'm mentioning this video review, and I thought it was actually pretty surprising, pretty good. For anything with Jack Nicholson is going to be at least pretty good. Anything really. He is an amazing actor, but it goes without saying he's one of the best, very 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 best, probably top 5 of all time. But the takeaway though is, and I don't want to spoil it for you guys in case you want to see it, but there is a moral to the story. And without getting into all the story and everything, because you guys can see if you want to, and it is a little bit it does feel at times like it's kind of just going from one place to another. But that's the whole point of the movie. It's like biker gangs. They go where they want to go, kind of thing. Or the leader decides and they go with them. I don't know. I I don't know. But the moral is, if you we'll just use the word ride. If you ride with criminals, right, or if you are in a gang, right, if you ally yourself with a bunch of lowlives, don't be shocked or surprised when a lot of really bad crud comes your way. That's the moral, right? So it's like these guys are involved with all kinds of bad stuff. Even if whether in real life, if someone wanted to be a biker gang, let's say you're really really tough and you just want to beat people up all the time. Or let's say you wanted to be very lascivious, or let's say you wanted to I don't know, just get out and be a wild man, whatever it is, that draws you into something like that. It's again, the thing to keep in mind is you have to know that these are bad guys. Even if there are a few good souls in there, and people are complex, and we all have a little bit of good and a little bit of evil, a lot of good, hopefully, and a little bit of evil, or we're trying to be more good, hopefully. But if you again, if the moral is, if you again, I'll say this again, if you if you travel and you're allied with some bad guys, even if they're not all bad, but most of them are kind of bad. Some of them are really bad. You're gonna get in trouble. The bad things are gonna happen. It's bad mojo. It's like, just don't do it. But for me. That was the takeaway, and it was actually a very good movie. I thought there were times when I was wondering which direction it was gonna go, and I can also understand the nature of the romance. I won't get into that too much because it's part of the whole plot in a way. But by the way, have you guys ever known somebody who's just very emotionally unstable? Like most emotionally unstable. There's a degree to which I can be a little bit that way, and some of it's just me, some of it's just way I don't know, some other stuff. But I know when I'm at my craziest. But me, my craziest is like nothing. It's like, I am not a crazy guy. There are people that are just insanely, like, mind-bogglingly crazy. Just jaw droppingly crazy. And we're not just talking about, there's one scene where all the Hells Angels guys try to get up to the top of a really steep hill without going, falling backwards. And we're talking pretty steep. We're not just talking about, your Daredevil type, you know, personalities. And there are those guys. We're talking somebody that's just barking mad, but they're not insane. Kinds of people. And yeah, I think it's safe to say that to some degree, there's probably, I don't know if there's really any characters in this movie that are all that nuts, like evil, objectionable, wild, unpredictable, upsetting. The Joker is, the character of the Joker in Batman is said to be that way, but I mean, that's kind of his whole thing. But his whole personality is completely different, right? He's like a jester, and it's a different kind of thing. I've known people in real life that are real pieces of work, really, to some extent or another, and it makes sense to me that in Hell's Angels, in addition to folks that are traditionally doing bad stuff or just morally objectionable stuff, drinking is like the least of their vices. Okay, it's like, and there's gambling, and then there's womanizing, and then there's and the fights, but that's then drugs and all. It's just, but that's just it's just the tip of the iceberg. Um, there's one character in this movie though that really is unstable, but you actually end up feeling a lot of compassion for her. You understand you ultimately come to understand why she's feeling the way she is, and it really kind of throws you for a loop, in a way. And my feeling is, again, it's kind of like when you associate with people that are just scummier. To one extent or another, sometimes it comes back to sometimes it gets. This is a little bit complex because some people are stuck in kind of a place where they can't really get out of their socially difficult situation. That's really tough. To one extent or another, I've been in that situation. Maybe not as bad as some folks, but I know what it's like to just be surrounded by people that I don't really care for as much, for the most part. I know what that's like, personally. Before you go to college. But even there were times in college where I felt a little bit that way, at least a little bit. Um, but but yeah, there's this scene with this more unstable person. You see why she's. I don't want to say who it is, but you see why she's acting the way she is acting. That's the best way. I don't want to spoil it for you guys. You're gonna have to see it for yourself. But it's not the most amazing movie in the world, but it really does have some substance to it, especially for being a B budget movie. And it's always great to see Jack Nicholson as a young man, because I know he's an old guy now. I know, but we have to remember, this life isn't really all that long. To me, Nicholson is always going to be somebody who's a little bit younger. I think it's really hard for Nicholson to be an old guy. I don't want anybody to be old before they've had the chance to live life. Really, and definitely including myself. But yeah. Anyway, definitely go see some Jack Nicholson, but definitely be prepared to fast forward some stuff because, again, this is this late '60s and hippie, era. So, all right, leave me thoughts or comments below. Catch you guys later. Take care. Bye.